Swiggity sorty, let's get that booty.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Slim Cogcast. It is I, Slim Cognito, and I'm so happy you have no idea. I am hype all over the place. Jipper is your boy. I feel good, because guess what? I've been watching lately. Then got caught up on my Kimetsu no Yaiba, not only the Demon Slayer, but also Attack on Titan is back, baby. It's Attack on Titan Sundays. And you know what else? It's good. It's still good. Oh my lord. Let me tell you something. Not only is that intro, that OP song, that intro, boy, I'm in love with it, but also it's still in the midst of the crazy shit that we've been waiting to see for the longest. It's so good. It's so good. And I want to see more. I can't wait. I don't mean to spoil nothing, but I'm just gonna sum it up like this. I don't know who to root for, or whose side I'm on, or who the good dude is, or who the assholes are. I don't know no more. I just don't get no fucking need. I just don't care. I just love it. It's just amazing. It's just astounding, and I'm in love with it. Oh, it's so good. So anyway, next is I've been watching me a little bit of how do you say? I called myself. I hadn't officially started watching yet, but the hype is really making me sick. You know that guilty pleasure television that you just can't help but to watch? Man, I'm trying to decide which one of these shows I'm gonna jump into, because I feel like I'm a like Abbott Elementary with Quinta, but I'm sick of the hype that's surrounded by Euphoria, and I don't know which one to go for, and I'm not sure. So it's gonna take somebody to really break it down to me what it is. But damn, bro, I just kind of feel like I want a little something like that to watch. I don't know, but I feel like Abbott Elementary is gonna be hilarious, and I just need to watch it. But yeah, I'm down for this shit. I can't wait. So anyway, second. I think I said that already, but for some reason I sat down and started watching a little movie, but I'm only halfway through it. It's like a 2-hour movie. Called Be Cool from way back in 2005, and it feels like it's really from that era. It's really a relic of its time, and for some reason I'm enjoying it. I don't know. And I missed this version of damn, what that man name again? I forgot his name, y'all. The one that did the Hairspray remake. John Travolta. Yeah. Grease boy. So yeah, I kind of like John Travolta acting with black people. And Kill Bill girl, what's her face? Uma Thurman. Yeah. So yeah, it for some reason it works. I don't know why, but it's nice. It reminds me of the Pulp Fiction type shit. But anyway, by all means, this is not the best movie ever made. But what made me click on it was 3 Stacks being in the movie, and I ain't seen enough of his acting chops outside of Idlewild. So yeah, I want to experience this and see what he doing. Other than that, I don't know. It's alright. It's a decent watch, I guess. It's not bad. It ain't great, but it ain't bad. So anywho's, it's self-aware and silly too, so I ain't taking it too serious. That's what's making it enjoyable. But yeah. So what we've been playing, let's go ahead and move on. What we've been playing this week, man, we beat Tomba 1 on the stream, and Tomba 2 we moved right into after. Tomba 2 is really going smooth, actually. I'm enjoying myself. It ain't that bad. Only thing is that damn trolley cart, bro. Is the only thing that's really chafing me. But I'm gonna get through it. I've beaten it several times before in the past. And the only thing I know for sure is after Tomba, trying to decide what we will play that's retro, but then I don't have to because I got this big ass backlog, so it's no big deal. But aside from that, that's just the first half of the stream. The second half, of course, y'all know about it. We've been playing through the Resident Evil anthology, and it's been amazing. And by amazing, I mean, damn, it's reminded me just how devoid of real talent art-wise that game is. Like, the Chris campaign, alright, like the first, let me say 60% of the Leon campaign is enjoyable, and then it goes to trash and it gets boring, boring as hell. And then you got the second parts of it, which is what was it? The second part is just it's just boring. Let's leave it at that. And then you go to the Chris campaign, and Chris campaign is literally just Gears of War, and it wasn't fun. Like, I was bored out of my mind, and literally doing everything I could to stay awake, to the point where I had to move playing the Chris campaign to the first half of the stream because it was just that boring. I couldn't get into the gameplay. My brain didn't have to do nothing. I had nothing to latch on to. It was just move, stick forward, shoot thing, move forward, shoot thing, move forward. I can't do that. That's boring as hell to me. And so while I'm trying to trudge through it, then we finally get to the later parts, which, by the way, Chris's campaign is the longest one. Jesus, it just goes on and on. And they do this very cheap thing where they try to make you care about peers. And it's like, bruh, why should I care about peers? Like, they had one decent scene, which was at the end of the whole campaign. And I guess you could count, the Leon versus Chris, fight over Ada, fake Ada, Fada, you know what I mean? And the scene at the beginning when he was, being inspired by his men to get up and get back out into the field and shit. Those are the only scenes that you can fit. It's basically, you can tell that the entire game was made around the cut scenes, and everything else was just padding. And the only part that really got interesting was when he had to fight the snake. And even then, it was a little too slow, but at least there were some horror elements to it. People getting snatched the fuck up, getting bit by the snake, disappearing when you turn around. You gotta crawl through air ducts and shit, you know what I'm saying? Hoping that the snake don't come across your ass. Like, that was actually interesting. But after that, it was just more of a slog. They even gave you fucking turret sections on the fucking Humvee. Like, why? It was terrible, bro. It was terrible. So I'm just like, nah, fam. This ain't it. This ain't it at all. I was so bored. And don't get me started on that big ass area with that fucking with the fighter jet in it. Oh, it's terrible because they make you run through, you to run around to do all these little menial tasks, and you have a clear goal of where you're supposed to go, but you got to do something else in order to open that doorway. So you go and do that thing, shoot the missile, open the door. Now you not only fought your way to do that, but now you got to fight your way toward the door, and on your way toward the door, they just pop a fighter jet out of the floor, and you gotta fucking fight or run away from a fighter jet. It's so dumb. It's like, bro, you don't show a clear objective to your player and expect them to work toward it and then put a whole bunch of obstacles in their way. Now it feels like I'm just wasting my time. Now you just setting me back more and more and more. It's too much. And it was a terrible thing, and you can tell it was made to pad out the time in the area. You can tell. They gave me a sniper rifle, and I used it all of maybe 5 or 6 times. The rest of the game, the sniper rifle was useless. The whole campaign's bad. That Chris campaign bad. And the one scene that had any type of credit to it was the very end, where Pierce sacrificed himself, not only by shooting himself with the virus, but also leaving himself underwater in that facility while it was blowing up and letting Chris get away alive. And it's like, yeah, that's nice and all, dog. That's nice and all. And it's very heartfelt. And, well, it was directed kind of well. But there's 2 problems. One, somehow Chris ended up with his patch, his BSAA patch. But his whole fucking right arm is mutated. How did he take that patch off and give it to him? Then, also, they did one good beat where they had him look at the monster, the monsterized arm of his, and he's like losing himself, but then he turns and looked at the logo on his patch. It said BSAA, and then he started to get a hold of himself, and that was nice for a moment. But then they ruined it by the fact that they tried to make it seem like it was such a terrible thing to see Piers get taken away from us, and it was such a build up to saying, I'd like you to take my position, Piers. You can go on without and be me that believes in you. And how am I supposed to give a damn about Piers? I don't know this boy. We just been shooting next to him, and he's just been insubordinate the whole fucking mission. That's all. He's just a dumb fucking kid, as far as we can tell. We know and love Chris because we saw him as a specialty cop that rose up in the ranks, became a part of STARS, and then went out and chewed off more than he could, a bit more than he could chew on a mission that had to do with a bunch of zombies. He was a quirky, silly, young-ass dude with a weird fro that turned into a muscle-bound, devoid of personality, any type of cookie-cutter, wounded soldier that everybody's tired of looking at. But at least Chris came from something. We know where he comes from. We know what he likes to do. We've seen his desk in Resident Evil 2. We know what his interests are and stuff like that. I don't know shit about Piers. Why should I care about him? I don't know where he come from, what type of struggle he went through to get here. He just joined up the BSAA, and now he's here, and he's just this crack shot sniper, and that's all we know. I'm not sad that this boy died. It's sad that he sacrificed himself, but goddamn, I'm not sad about him dying. What? I didn't even get a chance to get attached to the character. So you mean to tell me y'all just get attached to characters just because you've been around them? Bro, long story short, rant over. It could have been way better in so many ways. You know how many times they used that line, our mission is to kill all BOWs? And he kept repeating it back to him. It's like, I know the mission. You know what I mean? And then I know the mission, rookie. You know what I mean? Back to back to back, reminding them of what their purpose is, in these moments. It would have been so perfect if he recognized himself as a BOW since he's now infected with the virus, and then send Chris off on and to, stay alive and let him get away in the bathysphere. And then he's like, Piers, why are you doing this? And then Piers just looks up with the most deadpan eyes and says, our mission is to eliminate all BOWs. And he just goes, Piers! And then launches him up. That would have been way better. That would have been superior. But no, they dropped the fucking ball and they fumbled the fucking bag. The game is trash and it's not good. It's not good. It's so bog standard. It's not good. And it could have been good. That's the reason Resident Evil 6 triggers me so bad. It could have been great. And they showed that they had the potential to make something great with the first 6% of Leon's story. They showed they had the potential of doing something great with Jake and Sherry's story. And the gameplay has to be solid because mercenaries. But what they make you do in the main game, in the campaign, it was like, okay, this is kind of trash. The zombies are freaking tanks unless I have certain skills leveled up. And even then, okay, here's the difference between making a tanky enemy. If you're going to make an enemy tanky and give you limited resources and ammo, then you need to give alternate solutions to dispatching your enemies. The zombies in 6 have to be killed. You have to do enough damage to disable them and make them despawn. And then they turn into a pile of goo. That's it. In RE2 Remake, you have the choice of disabling them and moving forward. In Resident Evil 4, if y'all feel like it's unfair for me to compare it to 2 Remake, in Resident Evil 4, you can literally just pop them in the knee, leg, or shin, or head. When they stagger, you melee, and then you can choose different ways to dispatch your enemies. Sometimes that melee can knock down several enemies that are standing behind the one that you've meleeed. And that's the whole point of it. Which is something that even 5 didn't take advantage of. Even 5's combat was just cookie cutter, throw that shit in there because it was in 4. But they didn't capitalize on it or improve upon it. They actually did it worse. Enemy placement was terrible. And at times they were ridiculous in their attacks. So all in all, what I'm saying is it was way too many decisions that was made to look cool, but it didn't service the gameplay at all. And that's what I'm getting at here. And Resident Evil 6 served nothing but its story. Oh my god, it was one part that was fucking terrible. Oh my god. Okay, so when you're in what was it, China, wherever you at, and it's you and Pierce is on the Chris campaign, and y'all jumping across a bunch of fucking boats on the water, right? For some reason, the game forces you to fall through the floor for no reason, and you just instantly die if you don't get ahead of Piers. But if you're running right next to him or behind him, the game will just force you to fall through the floor and you drown and it's game over and you gotta retry it. It's so stupid. It's the terrible, most terrible, repeatable glitch. It's so terrible. It's so terrible. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But anyway, let's move on. Rant over for real this time. We finally got through the Chris campaign, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Y'all know my thoughts already. So anyway, now here's the thing. We got to do the Ada campaign and the Jake Sherry campaign. Jake Sherry is immaculate, and Ada is just a retread of reused assets by playing as the real Ada. But I don't remember it having much water that it held. I don't remember having much weight to it. So I ain't really tripping about getting to it. I ain't too jazzed about getting toward the playing it either. But I also remember it wasn't that long. So we're gonna see what happens. Also, I'm just ready for Resident Evil 7. I'm just ready for Resident Evil 7. And I know there's a lot of people out there that love Resident Evil 6. But fam, I don't care. I'm sorry, bruh. Like, y'all might be good people and all of that, but damn. No. No. So anyway, yeah. Alright, so let's jump off into the news. Let me take a swig of water real quick. It ain't much news, but there's news. First thing on the docket at Gematsu.com. Free-to-play Battle Royale My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble announced for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Closed beta test is in the works. So, there's some screenshots here. And these screenshots basically, you have one where it's All Might trying to save a civilian, but then you have one where it's basically, it looks like a third-person shooter of sorts, in a sense, with an over-shoulder camera for Bakugo. And I don't really know, but I guess it's gonna be like a heroes versus villain type thing, looks like. And it's implied that you could either save civilians or harm them, and in some sense it might have some type of combat system. But these screenshots don't tell me enough. It's only what I can surmise from what I see, and the hope that it's gonna be somewhat solid, you know. Hero fighters, 3D fighters, and anime fighters like this, anime 3D fighters, they've all paled in comparison to the Ninja Storm ones, and I haven't played one that's just as good in a long time. But we'll just hope, you know what I mean, and we'll have to see. Ain't much else to say about that, but I find that very interesting because I like me some My Hero Academia. So let's get it. Anyway, VideoGamesChronicle.com. PS3 games have started appearing on the PS5 stores. A few people on Twitter that have been basically tweeting out screenshots of the PS5 store showing Dead or Alive 5, Last Round, and certain other PS3 titles like the HD re-release of Prince of Persia 2 Thrones and the Prince of Persia remake, etc., etc. Made after the movie, you know, stuff like that just been popping up, and a lot of people just been wondering what's going on and why is it there. So we'll just have to see what comes with this, but this might be alluding to the Game Pass equivalent service that Sony is looking to drum up for people, because it's a perfectly good idea for people who casually play games and don't really, you know, care to own them. Most people don't complete games, and it would be better in the long run to just have them pay for a subscription. Subscription-based services have taken over almost everything, and also this could be a better solution than PlayStation Now, because PlayStation Now is ass, and we all know it's ass. So yeah. But anywho's, that's pretty much it right now. Everything else is just you know, baseless you know, guessing and supposition, I guess you could say. I really love the word supposition. I need to come up with another one. But phonetically, I think we're pretty efficient as is. But I do like to improve. Anyway, Microsoft has discontinued all Xbox One consoles. Microsoft has focused on Xbox Series X and S throughout 2021. And basically, they're discontinuing the Series X and S. Now, I don't mind this. Actually, this makes sense. Because the series consoles, not only will you, from a business standpoint, you drive people to buy your new console, but also the Series X and S are both backward compatible. So why would you need a one at this point unless you just need a console that's affordable? So yeah, why not? They would save a lot of money from production and everything. And it's one of the beauties of making sure that you design for backward compatibility. They have this liberty. They can do this. So they don't really lose out at all. Smart, super smart, hella smart. And the people who shell out to go ahead and get a Series X or S, now they're future proofed for several years now, because now they have a current gen console rather than a previous gen console that they'd have to buy another of, you know, a year or two later. You know what I mean? So this is nice. This is nice. I'm just gonna be honest. Hopefully that the Xbox Ones will be affordable for those who cannot afford to get a series. But yeah, but the scarcity would probably drive up the scalper price for those who hold on to boxed versions of them and factory sealed versions. But who knows? That's the way of the world. Anywho's, next on the docket, fanbyte.com. Lego indefinitely delays Overwatch 2 set following Activision-Blizzard lawsuit. Rip in peace, that's all I can say. Y'all already know the whole lowdown on that. And damn, yeah, fumbled the bag on the Lego. Anyway, next thing on the docket, Dying Light official Twitter has stated that the main story can be completed in 20 hours, but it would take you more than 80 hours to finish the main story and all the side quests. And it would take you 500 hours to 100% the game. 500 plus, actually. So yeah, it's gonna be a co-op beauty. This thing is gonna take over, and it's supposed to be 4-player co-op. So yeah, can't wait to see what happens. It's ingenious, and I'm proud that they've gone this far, and I can't wait to see what happens. So yeah, let's get it. Hell yeah. I think that's everything on the docket. Damn. It ain't that much news. Alright, y'all. So, yeah. Well, there you have it. Anywho, that's everything that we got for y'all this week. And honestly, first thing, second thing, and third thing. Third, it's looking pretty good for the coming weeks. And we still hyped for that Elden Ring coming around the corner. Don't forget that we will be playing Sekiro over on the channel. So if you're ready to see me either get wrecked, or if you need the backseat a little taste, if I ask for some help, you know what I'm saying? It might be welcome, because I'm going to play this shit completely blind. I haven't played Sekiro. It's going to be a first time thing. Also, if y'all feel like... if y'all feel like playing a simple yet very stylish game, I have to recommend my friend Pedro. Okay, I've been shilling a lot for this game, but it's literally been the highlight. I've been thinking about that game nonstop for the past week. So just know that is a game that y'all might see me play regularly, just fooling around on the channel. It's just amazing. I can't get enough. Anywho's, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Let me know if I should be watching either Abbott Elementary or friggin' Euphoria, because I need to know what is it. Because for it's some part of me, some primitive, underdeveloped, humanistic caveman part of me that wants some like schlock to watch. Something just raunchy and messy for some reason, and I don't know why, bitch, but I just want to. Anyway, love, peace, and hair grease. Okay, love your nephews and hug your niece. I'm gonna see y'all probably tomorrow. I hadn't decided. But yeah, probably tomorrow. Anyway, be easy. Always remember the channel motto, intentions are the most important. Actions ain't nothing but loud words don't mean a damn thing. Y'all take care of yourselves. Peace. This is the best feature of Resident Evil 6 right here. You ready? They were just extremely careless and let someone push out the store. Bro, what's the craziest shit you ever done? Man, I blew your daddy up with a rocket launch. That nigga drowned in a motherfucking volcano. Jacob laughed, I'll be like, ha, you for real?